What is going on, fasting family? My name is Jonathan, and today is day 227 of my 3-year goal to lose 300 pounds. If anybody has any non-scale victories they'd like to share, I'd love to see them. Or if you have any questions or comments, or have any, want me to answer any questions, put them down below. Let me know. If this is your first time checking out one of my broadcasts, like I said, my name is Jonathan, and I am 39 years old. I found myself in 2020 where I had, I got myself to the point where I was 520 pounds. I've been overweight my whole life, but that was the most that I had ever been, or around the most I've ever been. So I decided to start this weight loss challenge, and I started with a 42-day water fast, then switched to a whole food plant-based diet. And now I've currently lost over 180 pounds in 7 months. Like I also said already, today's day 227 of my challenge. Since yesterday, I haven't had a ton going on. I had planned to get out last night and do a workout of some sort. I was hoping to run in some way. And my ankle was hurting a little bit, and I just couldn't get stuff together to go run. And on top of all of that, I had other things to do, like cut the grass. So I spent probably an hour and a half cutting grass last night instead of being able to go out and do a run, which was fine because although I'm not overly sore from the bike ride that I did on Saturday, I'm still trying to be a bit cautious, or trying to not hurt myself by overdoing it too much, which is tough to say because I did just do a 34-mile bike ride with no training going into it. But so I was unable to get a run in, and then today I was busy at work and was not able to do something. I might, because the way my work is structured is that I can sometimes get away from lunch and work out, and that's what I did with that shorter bike ride that I did early in the week, or mid last week, I suppose. Today I'm getting ready for weigh-in Wednesday tomorrow. I'm hoping to have a good weigh-in with all of the working out I've been doing. I would hope to have lost weight, but I know that your body's going to do crazy things when you start working out, whether it starts retaining any type of fluids for any reason, or not digesting foods as fast, or I don't know what's going to happen with the weigh-in tomorrow. I do not believe that I'll have any issues as far as gaining weight, or if I gain weight, it won't be anything to be worried about. Again, with the couple workouts that I did last week, if I look at the calorie count on them, I believe the bike ride was 3,200 calories, and the 34-mile bike ride was over 3,000 calories. The other two workouts were well over 1,000 calories. And I was just kind of doing the math with Carrie yesterday, with that workout on Saturday being over 3,000 calories. I mean, that's more calories than I really eat in a day right now. I mean, it's, yeah. Overall, like just doing the math, I'm thinking we were trying to do the math on the Ezekiel bread that I eat sometimes, and that was like 300 calories or something real little, or not very much. And then the oatmeal. Yeah, oatmeal isn't a lot of calories either. So I am definitely burning more calories than I am consuming at this point, which is nice. Um, the let's see. I had a thing. Let me see here. So really one of the things that I have been kind of going back and forth on the last few days and then kind of decided to finally do something today was with my shoes. And I've had a lot of ankle and feet and leg issues over the past 6 months since I finished the water fast. I've had multiple occasions where I've had issues with my ankles. Carrie's checking and saying, hey, Carrie, I hope everything's going great today for you guys at home. The but like while I fasted, I didn't have any issues. And then after I fasted, right away after, I had some real bad ankle pain. I actually made an appointment, went and saw a podiatrist, but by the time they were able to see me, kind of a lot of the pain had gone away. And the only solution they really gave me was a cortisone shot into the joint of my Carrie says the day is flying by. Yeah, it seemed to go pretty quick for me as well. Lots to do today on this Tuesday. I don't know. Maybe I felt like I just put things off yesterday to do them today, and then I had to do them today. But I was talking about my ankles after the fast. They were bugging me. I went to the podiatrist, and then kind of got over it. And then I don't know, a couple months later, or now I guess it would have been a few months ago, what was happening was I was walking in the morning and then the evenings, doing about a half-hour walk each time, about an hour a day. And as I was doing that more, I started to get pain in my ankle. And in the end, I kind of deduced or found that the pain that I was having in my ankle was from the shoes that I was still wearing from they were worn out shoes. I had the shoes for a long time. They had a really, really solid insole in them. And I had worn out the outer edge of the shoe. And so when I was walking around, it was like, instead of my feet being flat, they were kind of raised up. I don't know what I'm doing here. So they were at like walking on the top of a mountain, I guess, is I think what it was like. And it caused pain in my ankle again. I switched to some Hoka shoes that are very, very thick-soled shoes. They were soft. They really, I could just, walking in them was much better than walking in the shoes I had been walking in. And I pretty quickly started to notice an improvement in just the pain and things like that. Some of the things that have still been bugging me about my feet, though, is that at the base of my big toes on both feet, it's been pretty, I get like a redness and a little bit of pain, not a ton of pain. And then Hoka, I think you meant out Hoka equals orthopedic shoes. Yeah, essentially they're like big foam mattresses that I was walking on. I almost fell backwards the first time I stood up because there was so much give in the heel I wasn't expecting. But so I had those shoes and I really enjoyed the shoes. But when I went running the other day, I Carrie says I have them so I can make fun of them. They do make you a solid inch taller. Yes. Yeah, they are much taller. So I went running, and I did the 5K the other day, and I wasn't real happy with the like my ability to run. I felt like I just wasn't doing a very good job at getting a pace or finding a way to run. And I have that pain in the knuckle of both of my front toes, as well as the outside of my left foot. I have like a callus that when I went to the podiatrist, he took a razor blade essentially and just cut out of my foot. It was crazy, just like right in the middle of the exam room with like three other people sitting there. He's just got a knife. He's just chipping away at my foot. But that was gone, and it's starting to come back, and it's very painful when I hit things on the side of that. So what that all kind of is leading up to or whatever is that I really wanted to get something that had a bigger toe box. And when I've been doing the running and even the biking, have been feeling like my big toes have been like pushed into my middle toe, and then almost like it's on top of it, like, or it's like there, yeah, like that it, because my middle toe kind of has like an arch in it, and then my big toe goes over top of it a little bit, and it's bugged me, and I'm worried, like especially in my left foot, that it's going to cause a callus on the inside of that middle long toe or whatever, the second toe. And so I was looking into some things, and really I hadn't thought about it in a long time, but back in 2011, I'm going to say, me and Carrie did a lot of working out, and we did a lot of, like she went to Zumba classes and I went to the gym and did a lot of lifting. And when we were doing all of that, we both started wearing the Vibram 5-finger shoes, which are like a minimalist barefoot kind of shoe. They were very weird looking in that they had the individual toes. You could kind of see the individual toes. But I bet I had 3, if not 4 pairs of those shoes over the course of a couple years. I wore them a lot, like exclusively for a while. And they also, in remembering this as well, is I also remember is that they're very similar to wrestling shoes from when I was in high school. And I really like wearing wrestling shoes when I was in high school, just kind of on a regular basis. I felt like things were better. So I started looking into some different options for barefoot or minimalist shoes. And I believe Vibram was the company that made the 5-finger shoes, and they might still make them, but I was having a hard time finding anywhere that was selling a lot of, or trying to find a variety of them where I could go try them on and check them out. And so I contacted the running place where I bought the Hoka shoes, and they didn't have anything. They did have, and what another, one of the things I didn't realize was part of the benefits of the Vibram 5-finger type shoes that now is becoming more popular, I guess, is the zero, what was it called? I can't remember now. It was like, zero drop. They have a zero drop shoe, which means that your heel and your the flat part or the main part of your foot is that has the same thickness of sole underneath it. You don't have like a couple millimeters more of sole under the heel than you do the front of your foot. And so they had some zero drop shoes available there, but they didn't have any of the thin minimalist shoes. And then I contacted the place where we used to buy the Vibrams from to see what they had or if they had something. And they did say they had a couple different options. And so I started looking into the options they said they had. I was not I wasn't 100% sold on either of the options they said they had based on the reviews that I had seen. One of them was that it had a lot of arch support that bugged people. And then the other shoe that they gave as an option it was more of a zero drop and not so much the minimalist or barefoot. But I was going to go check it out, see what they had, because they actually had a couple options and see if they had my sizes there. And so when I got there, I found the shoes, and just to the right of the two options that I was looking at, there was one of the other type of Merrell shoes that I'd seen a lot of reviews on, but they said they didn't have, and there was a lot of good reviews about them. And so I was like, well, so when the guy came up and asked me if I needed help, I was like, hey, I'm looking for either of these two, or even this one here in my size. And he said, oh, I didn't even know we had that one still. And I come to find out that there was multiple people working the store, but that was the specific guy that I had talked to. So when he went back to look for the size shoes, I was looking at the ones on the shelf, and the one on display was a half size bigger than the size I had been requesting. But I kind of knew that if they had one on display, then they would probably have the other one somewhere. And when he came back, he had the box with the other size that was the matching for the display, and said, this is the only one we have in our inventory now. And it fit great. The size that I had actually pulled in the other shoes was too small. I had the exact feeling that I kind of got from the reviews with the one pair of shoes, that they were, while the soles were very thin, there was a really hard plate in it so that you didn't quite get the connection to the ground. And so I ended up buying, they're called Merrell, says on the shoe. So they're Merrells, and they're Vapor Glove 5s. And so let me see. So they're a real thin, like, that's twist. So, and and I tried all the shoes on, and of all of them, these felt the best. One, that the sizing was better. The other ones were probably a half size too small, and I needed to get the other size. But it worked out that they had the ones I wanted. These were actually cheaper too than the other options they had, because it's to spend a lot of money on a shoe that is touted as being a minimalist, or like there's less fabric, there's less material to it. So it was nice to be able to get them in that right size. I like the color that they are, and the feel of them and everything. I mean, there's no tongue. It's almost like a water shoe, that the fabric just goes all the way, it's like stitched in here, but it's not like a tongue. It's not like a separate tongue. And so yeah, it was really awesome that they had them and they worked out, and then I've worn them. The sales rep was kind of funny, because he saw the shoes I was wearing, which were these Hoka shoes that they're probably like the thickest soled shoe you could buy. And he was kind of like, so why did you decide to get these type of shoes? And I kind of explained a little bit. And one of the things, like, as soon as I put them on, it feels exactly like I'm wearing wrestling shoes. And that's, I think it's funny. Like, I could probably buy wrestling shoes and get the same result, like the same feel, and have the ankle support, I guess. It does take a second to get them on. Hold up. Wait a minute. All right. They're on good enough. So, anyways, so that's what I spent a little bit of time dealing with today, was trying to get some different shoes. I already like the feel of them, walking around in them. We're going to see about doing any type of running or walking in them. That, I guess that's the goal, to do that eventually. But they, when we bought the Vibram shoes 10 years ago, and the same when I bought these shoes, the sales rep was like, make sure you ease into wearing them. Your feet aren't going to be used to them. So you have, don't overdo it with the shoes, just because, and the nice thing about, one of the big benefits that I've kind of sold me on getting them, the what was I going to say? Oh, the wider toe box. Like, that wasn't anything that I necessarily had thought much about, but that is probably going to be the thing I like the most about it, is that my feet will be able to spread out and open up more than they have previously. Hopefully it kind of helps with that big toe kind of feeling like it's being pushed into my other toes and the callus, and we'll see. I imagine I'm going to have a little bit of pain and discomfort over the next couple days switching to this type of shoe, or however long it takes to get used to wearing it. But I think that it's the way I want to go. I've actually been talking to Carrie about doing more stuff barefoot for the last couple weeks, and so this is kind of a nice way to get into it. I was happy that I was able to get these shoes. They had them in my size. I really wanted to try them on before just ordering them. I could have ordered them off the internet, but it was nice to be able to go into a store and try them on and check them out. So that was great. So other than that, today I don't have much else. We are going to be doing weigh-in Wednesday tomorrow, and that will be I'm looking forward to doing that. I don't have, Carrie says she's gonna miss that extra inch on me from the shoes. You bet. I'm gonna be just a little bit shorter. You're not gonna have to get up on your tiptoes to give me a kiss goodbye in the morning, I suppose, right? But yeah, I'm gonna get out of here for today. If you guys haven't already, make sure you do get subscribed to the channel. Click on the bell icon to turn on alerts so you'll get notified when I go live, which is usually 4 p.m. on weekdays. I've been recording some content off stream that I'm still trying to get edited together and to create something. I don't know what I'm gonna, end up making. But I'm trying to add more content to the channel. If anybody, or also if you want, you can follow me on Instagram. That is at Fasting. That is FAHSTING. And then there's also a Discord that I created. It's a great place for you guys to kind of check in. Carrie posts a lot of the recipes or the foods that we have been eating on there. So if you want to see what we are enjoying for our meals, you can get that on the Discord. That link down below should be active for about 7 days. After that, you'll have to find a newer video or send me a message and I'll get you a link to the Discord. I'm out of here, guys. I want to thank you for checking out my stream today. If you haven't started your diet, get started right now. There's no reason to wait. It's not worth waiting. Get started right now. It'll change your life and it's worth it.